In some previous videos, I detailed how to go about starting an action page in ScrapPage, and then how to go about saving it either to your local machine or up to a web server. You might recall that we had this page here where I had three text pages or text boxes that had links to photos. For instance, on this one we had this link to this picture from my son and his wife at his wedding. So what I'm going to do now, though, is show you an interesting feature that I've incorporated in version 1.9.6.7. And what that is something I call the media holder guide. Now, why do we worry about that? Well, a photo holder can hold any kind of an image. It doesn't have to be just a photo. So you can construct more complex images and then use them as the input or the link to the photo holder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open a photo holder guide, and since we have a photo holder here, it's going to be a media holder guide that matches to the photo holder. So there it is. It comes in. You can see it here. It comes in locked, but you can unlock it and select it and create it, move it up to any size that you want. Now it maintains the same ratio as the photo holder when you do that. So what we can do then is I can go ahead and I can add some things. And I'm going to, from my favorites folder, I'm going to pick a picture here of my wife toasting some bread at Thanksgiving for when we were making some stuffing for a turkey. All right, so there we go. Now, next I'm going to add to that also a text box. And you'll see in just a minute what this is all about. Here I'm going to put the text box over here. I'm going to copy in some text I already have written rather than sit here and type this stuff in. And we'll tell it to auto size that. And I'm going to right justify it. Now it's obviously much smaller than we'd like, so we'll just click this plus sign here a little bit to get it blown up to where it's going to be, more like a full frame of text that's going to complement the picture that we have selected here. So I'll tell it OK. Now we've got these two things in here, and they sit on top of what is called a media holder guide. So what happens with this is if I tell it to go ahead and copy that media holder guide, it's going to copy everything in the layer stack over here on the right hand side, in the layer stack that lives above the media holder, and also happens to be within the boundaries of the media holder. So if it was outside the boundaries, it wouldn't copy it. It would copy it, but it would clip it off. So anyway, I'm going to then go over here and tell it, hey, I want to copy the media guide and the copy guide for a pop-up folder or pop-up photo. And it tells me now that was copied to the clipboard, and I can paste it wherever I need to. All right, so let's hide these things that we just did, and we'll go up here and we'll get this, go back to this link from that text box. So I'll open up that, and remember we had that picture here. Now I can just paste over that. So I'll just paste this in, and now you can see that what I had was pasted in. It came in as a ping, and that is because it had no background, because over here you can see where it was every element that was above that media guide, and it was those two, and there they are on no particular background. Now I could leave it as a ping, and it would show up independently as with no background in my my layout when I went to make the action page. But let's give it a white background anyway. I'll tell it, hey, I want to set the fill color to be white. So that means that all of the area around here that isn't either this text or the photo here is going to be white. So we'll tell it to go ahead and say that's okay. Now, if I want to take a look and see what have I got here, remember I can always go back up here and do this action page quick view. So let's go ahead and do that. And when this comes up, you'll see there it is. There's the text and there's the picture. And as before, it operates the same. It has the cutoff of the, or that is the close box. And we can bring it back, and we can bring it back that way, close it, bring it back up here if you want. go down here, close that one, bring this back up. So as you can see, it just keeps popping it back forth the way we'd expect it to do. So in addition to that, you could also, for instance, you could go in here, and if I didn't want that binding or that border around there anymore, you can always take it off. We can just go in here and say, hey, I'm going to get rid of the border entirely. Tell it OK. Now we'll go back and take a quick view again. And when it comes up, you can see that it doesn't have the border on any of the photos, but it does have the closing X that will let me close it off. So that's another neat little feature you can do. So you can make the layout that you put into a photo holder be as complex as you want. I made this one just simply with a text box and a photo, but that's kind of nice because you can pop up a photo and you can have some detailed description of what that photo is all about. And I think I'm going to leave it right here for this video because I'll go into some more detail of how these things are done a different way in another video later on. Okay, so this is Dave from Media Digitronics. Bye-bye.